Looking at the world and utilizing all the various friends with you on a microscopic level, in your best friend, in the part of your brain used for wishing, and everything else in between, and taking all the friends with you and making the world a better, happier place, and understanding better and better even things that may seem evil, where they're coming from and why they act that way, and killing as much evil as possible and sharing and spreading as much good and light as possible. So that's kind of Friends with You in our mystical little adventure world.
There's a lot of like Hinduism, like kind of like in the infrastructure of like Friends with You, because Hinduism was like, it's kind of engineered like in a crazy way that like everything goes, like all the gods go, and so we kind of have that kind of mentality.
Like we're going to war, we need to use the war god, and I'm looking for love, I'm going to use the love god. I need luck, I'm going to use the luck god.
In the process of making like the first like toys, and we were like, okay, let's make them be like pseudo amulets, so you could like project your emotions onto them, like actually purchase like an object that you could like be like, okay, this is gonna bring me luck. And someone bought a mafia and won the lottery in Canada. So does it work? Is that your question?
Okay, yeah. What Friends with You like toys is exactly like what Tootie was saying. Right. It's like you're using that thing inside of you to focus, to channel that out in you, to like bring outside this great potential that you have inside yourself and make it really work for you, you know? First of all, Miami is a very interesting meeting ground for like me and Tootie. The two most major populations in Miami is Jews and Cubans. And like we're like representatives of like both of those things. There's so many cultures, so many religions, so much spirituality, and it's like beautiful. As far as being artists, it's really like a really wonderful pupa stage. It's like warm kind of cocoon. Like you're sweaty, you're like hot, you're like able to like boil for like a long time and like think over these concepts and really like develop them and not be like judged or shut down or doors shut in your face as you're like still growing and like really dealing with like this huge thing that we're dealing with. So I mean, you take all those things and it's really like what we are, you know, like it's our casting off point. Humans are like dying for this like next connection with everybody and everything. You know, when we were getting into this thing, everything is so dark and like so like gangster and this kind of shit.
Everything was like an ape. Yeah. And it had like a graffiti like gun.
Yeah. And we're like, I understand that, you know, it's like humans were afraid of this connection, this evolution. You know, I guess that maybe even has to do something with this ape that was like so prevalent in all design and graphics, and this anger towards like information and towards like the future, you know, because we're like scared. Like every human is afraid of what we don't know. That's why I think like what we're doing, even though we're like two dudes and even though there's like more and more people that are doing this, is so important. And I think like artists' responsibility to this thing, that's why we can't just be like hanging out. That's why I can't like stop doing Friends with You like tomorrow. It's like impossible. It's because like whoever that power is that sets like things like ours into motion is real, and people need to be like responsible about that. Like everybody who's like a writer needs to be responsible about that. Everybody who makes music, who makes art. If you're gonna do like a good job like on this earth and like really like make a difference and really make powerful art and even transcend art and be like a culture bender or whatever the term is for what we're trying to do, you need to be like taking all this stuff into consideration and acting responsibly. The future can possibly present a really beautiful outcome. We don't have to be like afraid of technology anymore if we use it correctly. We don't have to be like, you know, by ourselves anymore if we connect to everybody else, you know? We're not isolated. We're here with you, you know? There's friends all around you, and that's like Friends with You.
Everybody dance, 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 dance.
We are Friends with You.
Mimobot.